I love my calendar girl. Yeah, sweet calendar girl. I love my calendar girl. Each and every day of the year.
Women have been gracing the months of calendars for about as long as calendars have been printed. But what self-respecting woman would have this calendar hanging in her office or kitchen? What women need is a product that reflects the equality of the 80s. Enough with cheesecake calendars. Let's bring out the beefcake.
I was involved with the calendar last year through my fraternity. We did the Women of MSU, and it didn't go over the way we expected. Calendars of women are pretty much a dime a dozen. You see them in every garage, and just anywhere everyone does a pinup calendar of women, but a calendar of men is, a pretty new idea.
Marty Carabes is an enterprising senior at Michigan State University in East Lansing. Now, it's been said a good idea is born every minute, but few get implemented. That's not the case with Marty. His idea? Pick 13 MSU male students, display their robust masculine physiques in various states of dress, put all those good-looking torsos together, and call it the Men from MSU Calendar.
I figured there was potential because, the market was right now for this type of item, so I figured it would go. It's gone, it's gone so fast, it's just snowballed. I can't believe how fast it's going and the publicity it's getting. But I think, it's a great calendar. It's something fun. It's a fun story. People are really, enjoying it.
I love it. I think it's great. I gave one to my mom.
3,000 of Marty's calendars sold in the first 2 weeks they were out, and they've been selling at a phenomenal rate ever since. Not just in the city of East Lansing, but all over the state of Michigan. And when Marty's story was picked up by the Associated Press, the MSU Calendar Boys became the nation's Calendar Boys.
I don't think I'd buy it.
The calendar was born from rather humble beginnings. These good-looking bodies and faces were chosen by a group of Marty's co-ed friends who were sent out to comb the campus bars in search of the best-looking MSU hunks they could find.
Hi, this sounds kind of weird, but would you ever be interested in posing for a Men of MSU calendar?
What?
Have you ever had?
What I try to do is get women with varying tastes because I want, the calendar to be pretty universal, and I sent women out to the bars and to their classrooms this summer. The streets of East Lansing, and they were just hustling men, and then it kind of fell into place where a girl would know of a guy, and a guy, maybe brought his brother along or his best friend, and we ended up taking about 70 preliminary shots of different men on campus, and from there we had women look those over and say yes, no, and we got down to 26 finalists who went for the professional shots, and then after that we chose 13 for the calendar.
Was there some competition between the men who were finalists?
Well, a few of the guys are pretty bummed up they didn't make it, but...
Well, for the 13 who made it, becoming calendar pinups and campus sex symbols was a totally new experience. And that's easy to understand when you meet some of the personalities behind these attractive faces. These guys are the boy next door, like Bob Masella, an MSU senior who was chosen to start the calendar off as Mr. September.
I thought it could be some fun. I was a bit hesitant because I wasn't sure how it would go over. It might be a real schlocky type fly-by-night, deal. I didn't know it was going to be this well produced.
How'd the photo session go?
It was fun. It was short. Yeah. I was really put at ease because Manny is such a professional.
Okay.
He's done shootings for a lot of the major fashion magazines such as GQ. So he really put me at ease.
Manny Macardo, a one-time New York fashion photographer, had the job of turning college students into male models. Much to Manny's surprise, this job turned out to be very easy.
I felt guilty about getting paid for it. It was so easy. As a matter of fact, these guys were easier to work with than a lot of professional male models that I've worked with. I think it's because these guys don't really see themselves as sex symbols, okay? Everybody was very natural about the whole thing. I think that made the work a lot easier.
Well, the one calendar boy who turned out to be a true natural in front of the camera was Mr. June, Matt Fetters, an MSU swimmer. Matt took to the photo session like a fish to water.
Okay.
friend of mine told me about it when I was over here working at the pool. But at first I didn't believe them. They told me they'd be here the next morning. And I just, I thought they were pulling my leg because stuff like that's happened to me before. So I said, well, if they show up, I'll be here. And they did, and I was here. All my friends give me a hard time at least once a day. Keep my hat side from growing.
This is Mr. April, an MSU cheerleader, Tony Parker. And Tony found the whole experience of being a pinup boy very enjoyable.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It was the photo session was something new and different. That was a lot of fun, and now whenever you walk down the street, a lot of people, hey, I know you. It's a new type of notoriety.
Do you think people look at you as a sex symbol?
I don't think of myself as a sex symbol. Just I guess you're your average college boy, Tony Rah-Rah.
They should come out, as a matter of fact, with a nudie, I think would be great.
How much money was made from the sales of the calendar? Well, Marty was able to pay back all of his loans he took out to finance his project. He hoped to make $20,000, but he hasn't quite reached that goal. And the models? Well, they received 10 free calendars, a T-shirt, and were treated to a beer bash. Now, that may not seem like much, but they also received the admiring adulation of hundreds of thousands of women. And you can't put a price tag on that.
I think they're pretty cool.